Hello and welcome to the show. Now, when it comes to racing in Forza Horizon 5, or Forza games in general really, we have tended to always run to a certain class, whether it be C class, B class, A class, etc. We tend to run and build cars to the top of a specific class, maybe run halfway through a class, especially with Horizon 5, S1 is quite a big class, so maybe run in the mid, so 850 PI, but it does tend to be those very, very specific rounded numbers. So, for today's video, we took that idea and threw it out the window. Instead, I was going to randomly draw a PI number between 500 and 900, so it would be somewhere, you say randomly full, and see whether that would have any effect on the way cars went about being built, the vehicles that were fast, and all of that sort of thing. So, for our first race, we are up in S1 class. Yes, you saw a transit correctly. We were drawn 825 PI to build the cars to. I have gone down the Ferrari route, 355. Me and Hyper actually had the same idea of the 355. They have been built differently though. Mine's running full aero and race slicks. Hyper's will have more power and a lot more straight line speed than mine, but less grip in the corners. The Ferrari is going to be one of the least powerful cars here. I think the only thing with less power than it is possibly the Golf, that starts a fair way back and is still front-wheel drive. Well, the other rule for these is they were all to be kept two-wheel drive. I say to make it a little bit more interesting, perhaps. I'm hoping this might not be the track for the Ferrari. We'll have to wait and see. The Transit, I know, has got a Funko engine and slick tyres, so it's going to have no grip off the line, but once it does get going, it's going to be an absolute rocket ship. This track may well not suit the Ferrari. We're not going to quite have the top speed. We should be really good in the corners. That's the hope, at least. We'll have to wait and see how this one pans out. There's a Cadillac behind me having a look. Here comes the Monte Carlo with a lot of straight line speed. Can we get out of the caddy? We can. Awesome stuff. And then, yeah, we'll see what we can do. I mean, the Transit's kind of got the best start it could hope for. It's running around on its own with its monstrous speed and doesn't have anybody bothering it in the corners. We can carry lots of momentum through these corners, but I'm struggling. This was likely to be the way that it goes for me with this car build, certainly on this sort of a track. On a much twistier circuit, I'd expect my speed to be significantly greater. But I mean, we can be flat through here. The Transit definitely won't be. What are we going to be able to do down here? I mean, we can be a lot faster than that when we're on our own. We might be sneaky here. We're going to be very sneaky. We're going to go to the inside of a 3 wide up towards the final corner. Now, we might have the grip to pull that off. Not quite. It was worth a gamble, but it was a gamble going for that one. The Transit's coming steaming towards turn 1, but we'll have to lift out of that. No chance it can hold it flat. Now, I'm waiting for the Fords to have a look. It's going to come past somewhere. I'm going to make it awkward, though, for the Transit, which is fair enough to do. I don't have to make life easy for the Transit of immense horsepower. I'm just making sure I get stopped here because that corner there is notoriously difficult and the Ford's got itself in trouble. We're not really lost touch to the Caddy or the Monte Carlo, which I'm pleased with, considering this was a circuit that I thought my Ferrari was going to struggle around. I thought this was going to be a difficult track. I thought my lack of straight line speed was going to be its downfall, but with maintaining so much momentum through these corners, we're actually doing pretty well. Whether I can catch the Cadillac, I do not know. That will have some very big tyres on it up there. The wide body kit gives it access to some nice big tyres. Be as brave as I can through there. The Jag's up to third now. That seems more similarly matched to me, that car. Don't brush the wall. That's as close as I want to get to the wall through that section. I know, we'll be flat all the way down here, no problem at all. Yeah, Monte Carlo's a little too far back. The Maloo's actually doing a pretty good job in this, hanging on in 5th place at the moment. I've got to get the braking right here. I feel like we could make time up in this corner if I have the confidence. I was just... See, a little while ago when I drove the GTR around here, I kept braking too late at that corner, and this time around I'm just braking too early, which is costing me. That's one of the valuable corners, I think, for the Ferrari in this battle for the top spot. We can definitely carry great speed through all of there. We'll have a little lift. I don't actually know if a lift is necessary. Peg's not really catching much back there. did need a bit more of a lift through there. I carried a lot of speed on the way in. It's a case of just trying to do something about the Cadillac. I'm not really able to. It's really evenly matched between our cars, actually. If anything, it's just a slight bit in favour of that American machine. The Jag in third is not really gaining, but not really losing. Like, one mistake from any of us is trouble. One mistake is going to spell, I say, disaster for us. That might be... No, that was good. Okay, we could be even braver than that under braking. I thought I was... Yeah, forgetting just how good the brakes are on this. Full slicks, race brakes, the works on this car. I can actually be a lot more aggressive, and I should have been, because Chris got in trouble there with the ATS-V. It got a wheel on the grass. It got sliding around, which is not what that car was wanting. We're trying to put the pressure on. Jag has also had a very good run through this first part of the lap, so it is all closing up at the front here. We're going to go for a downshift on the way in there. I feel like that kind of works. I feel like that's perhaps the way to go. Just tap on the brakes, downshift, turn in. Oh, pushing it too hard. I mean, Chris was pushing that. I don't know if Chris hit the wall or not. But yeah, we are absolutely on the limit of what we can get these cars to do. I want to be braver, but I also don't want to hit the wall into this next braking zone. The Caddy seems unhappy through that section. The Jag's even slower than me down the straights looking at it. Ferrari has got better top speed than I give it credit for, I think, and Chris has got into trouble again. That was more like it by me. This might be close if I can get it right all the way through here. If there's any slip up from the ATS-V, that could be in trouble, but there's not much in the way of overtaking spots. The Jag is monstrously fast in these corners. Now, it's not. I expect it to be the other way around. I expect the Ferrari to beat everything in the turns and the Jag monster it down the straight, but that is not the case at all here. We are nice through there, and Chris is out wide. The gap is shrinking, but I mean, where would we get a pass? It's going to be a run to the line here. Chris will defend the inside. The only way we do this is if the Cadillac understeers, we got understeer as well. Whatever we did there, we weren't beating it. Just there was no way to pass in those final corners. Yeah, I actually carried a bit too much speed in that final turn, but that was very, very close between the three of us. Cars all a little bit stronger in different places. I mean, look at the lap times between me and Impega, pretty much identical. You and there with the Elise also very, very close. Yeah, the ATS-V, I mean, we're only a few tenths in it in all of this. Monte Carlo ended up in 5th ahead of the Mustang. Then it was the Maloo, dropped to 7th ahead of Sagaris. Actually expecting the Sagaris to be a little bit quicker, perhaps. Is the way it goes sometimes. Bloody hell! Now, that was a good first race. I tried my best to hunt down that caddy, just couldn't quite do it. We head to the Chihuahua circuit for our next race, and this is a twisty one. This is a technical circuit. The Ferrari, I'm expecting to be pretty good here. The Golf is going to have a tough time putting the power down. S1 class with front-wheel drive is ambitious, I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm hoping we can get past that. The Sagaris may well be quite fast around here. We'll have to wait and see. The Monte Carlo may struggle a little bit more. The Caddy, don't know what we're going to see with that one. At this circuit, I think we'll be a little faster than the ATS-V. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We launch well. The Ferrari gets off the line very, very well, actually. Those big rear tyres, I guess mid-engine helps as well. We may lose out to the Monte Carlo here. A smidge, which is not what we want. We don't really want to be behind if we can help it. Ninetales is having a look around with that Sagaris. If we can be... Oh, we've got a bit too much understeer there. TVR may well make the most of it. Oh, the TVR struggling on the exit there. Can we have a dive at the hairpin? Thought about it. Couldn't quite get my car in the right place to do that. Okay. What have we got over the TVR? Where are we going to be strong? Where are we going to be weak compared to that car? I am not sure. TVR has some pretty good turning. Interestingly, I would say the Ferrari, if I can get it right, the Ferrari seems quite quick down the quicker down the straights than I was expecting it to be. Didn't get it very well through that final corner. Oh, and I've made an absolute mess of turn 1 myself. That is terrible driving. I somehow got away without losing a bucket load of time with that awful line. TVR is just creating a smoke screen for me. Cannot see a damn thing behind that car. It's going to run a little wide but doesn't hit the wall, and I just can't quite match it here. The Ferrari feels quick, that's for sure, but the TVR is that little bit better. It's got just a little bit more front end grip. That seems to be the real difference between the pair of them. It can carry a lot more throttle through there. See, I'm trying to carry the same speed as the TVR and I just can't do it. Whereas the Jag, I'm trying not to cut the Jag up. Yeah, I tried to live with the speed that the TVR was taking, and nope, there's a wall out there that we end up in. Now I've got to try and find a way past the Jag. We'll see if we can do anything here. I've got now two cars creating bloody smoke screens for me. That's always fun, thank you. I think a little bit of Forza lag perhaps going on there, as the cars shouldn't be billowing smoke from the front tires. Reminds me of like Gran Turismo 6, was it 6? The cars would chuck off a huge amount of smoke from the front tyres. I think it was 6. I don't know, not sure. Yeah, my front end is just not quite good enough in this, which is a little bit of a pain. We're very quick in this Ferrari, but it just lacks the front end grip of the Jag or the TVR for that matter. Yeah, now we're behind. I think the Jag is even quicker than the Sagaris, although Impega has had a problem. I'm not sure what problem has gone on, a disconnect by the looks of it. Oh, the Jag's broken down! The Jag has done the very British thing and broken down while catching. To be fair, actually, it'd be the TVR more than the modern Jag that you would expect to break down. Admittedly, I'm also in a 90s Ferrari. Oh, Impega missed a checkpoint. Never mind. Yeah, I'm in a 90s Ferrari, which is probably not the byword for reliability either. We've been all over the place this lap as well. I've been too busy making reliability jokes and all that. Yeah. Okay, let's just focus on driving these final couple of laps. We've lost sight of the Sagaris. It's gone. It is too quick around here. I can't match that pace. And in trying to match that pace, I'm more likely to make mistakes. I think I'm better off just driving to my pace and sort of taking it from there, really. Let's get it slowed down for this first corner and no silly business. There we go, that's better. I was going to see where the Transit's in 11th. The Transit, yes, has slicks, but a Funko engined slick tyre Transit is not going to like this circuit. But it is going faster than the front wheel drive Golf. Oh, that's a wall. Might we lap the front wheel drive? I don't think we're going to quite lap the Golf. I think we're going to be okay to not end up doing that one. It's a big, I say it's a big, kind of as a line of cars. It's not crazy overtaking going on behind us, but there's a lot of cars in relatively close proximity. You wouldn't want to make a mistake in that group if you could help it. Oh, don't go wide through there. It looks like somebody has, judging by tyre marks into the wall. Yeah, the Infinity behind is keeping pace. It's just not really going anywhere. It's not gaining on me, but not really falling back. A little bit the same with me and the TVR. I think the TVR is gaining a smidge a lap, although it had a little bit of a scruffy lap last time around. We will try and not get ourselves in trouble here, which we don't. We'll get away with just bumping the gravel in a couple of places. Nothing too bad. Definitely, of the two 355s, mine is the one that's working. Hypers is not having as much fun around this track. That is for sure. In fact, I think me and Hyper managed to pick the Lexuses a while back as well. We just seem to have this knack of accidentally picking the same cars for these. Oh, I made a mess of the final corner. Not that it really matters. No one was close enough to make any difference with the positions. We'll blast off down towards the line. A little scruffy final lap. Not the greatest piece of driving ever from me, but I think we got caught up pushing a bit too hard trying to catch the Sagaris, and we were better off not. It will have a quicker lap time than me. I'll be curious by how... Actually, not by as much as I thought. You know, they're pretty bloody close in all of this. 55... sorry, a 53.7, 53.8, 53.8, 53.5. There's a 53.5 as well for Impega recovering with the Jag. They were very, very close lap times, and it's 55.8 set for Danger Man's Golf. Not as awful. Maybe missed a checkpoint then is why it's further back. That's not as far, considering that the front-wheel drive had a really bad circuit for it. Oh dear. Well, I'll take the second. Ninetales takes victory though with the Sagaris. Wait, 2 second places. I'm really pleased with the consistency of that Ferrari. Now, for our second set of races, we go rather the other end of the spectrum when it comes to cars. We are down to C-Class with this. It is a 562 PI that we had to build vehicles to. And for this one, we've got one circuit race, one off-road race. Now, all the vehicles here are two-wheel drive. Things like the X-Class and the... I don't know if the Polaris is all-wheel drive to start with. They could swap the cars, if you so wished. I've made a bit of a gamble with my Civic. It's on rally tyres. Only me and Chris are on rally tyres with the 4 litre, not 4 litre, 4 Renault 4L. Sorry, I was thinking Bentley 8 litre. No, shut up, me. Anyway, yes, I've made a gamble. Okay, I'm on rally tyres. What that means is I'm going to have a lot of grip on the tarmac. Going to have more grip than anything other than the Renault. Probably will have more grip than the Renault itself. In theory, this is. The Civic is very light. It's less than £1,600. So we're going to be flat out almost everywhere. Thing is, I only have 98 horsepower. That's it. That's all I have in terms of power. Which is, well, funnily enough, not very much. And if I have an argument with the Mercedes, I'm going to lose said argument. I wanted to get up the inside there. The Renault is on the march as well. So we might be good here. Of course, when it comes to the off-road race, well, oh god, our tyres are not bad. Let's not forget, they're not as bad as something that's running stock tyres, for example, but it's not going to be as good as the off-road race tyres. And our lack of power may be our undoing. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, it won't be too bad for some of this lap, but like here, for example, it is going to hurt. I've also got it on rally suspension, which is a lot softer than I expected. This is wobbly Civic, pretty much. We've got quite a nice gap for the moment. Whether that is going to last or not, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Oh, bloody hell, the turning through there was phenomenal. What is helping me is, if there is anything quick back there, it's stuck in traffic. Impega's created a little bit of a roadblock with the Mercedes, and yeah, we have managed to bolt away at the front. It's just the momentum I can take through these corners is huge. What have I got to worry about? Longbow's Clio I might be concerned about, although I have already seen that I outturn it. I mean, Chris's Renault might be lighter than me. It might be even wobblier than me. It might be one of the few things that is wobblier than the Civic, depending on what suspension that's on. But that's certainly, with me in terms of grip, it'll be the only thing that will match my tyres for the grip. There's a slowy down bit of bush in all of that. Let's go to third with the Nissan. FailRace Z. We will barely need to brake into that first corner. I don't know how much power the Renault has. It won't have too much. But if I can somehow manage to make this work with 98 horsepower. I was not expecting this to be anywhere near as quick. When I saw the PI, I wanted to try a rally tyre build. I knew the thing that was going to hurt was the lack of power. Like, that was just how it was going to be. But it's not hurt anywhere close to as much as I expected. Sadly, the Renault is a little faster than me at the moment. It is catching. Is it quicker down the straights? If it isn't quicker down the straights, we could probably defend from it and be a real nuisance to overtake. If it just breezes past... No, I think we're faster down the straights. So we can probably be a real nightmare for that car. Yeah, I think we are a little quicker. Okay. We're going to make it very difficult then for that to overtake us. Because even if it is better through all these corners, we'll just park it on the apex, park it on the inside, and it's not going to have that much overspeed. I don't even know if it's going to have... Like, on a perfect racing line, it's good, but I think if it tried to go around the outside of me, it just wobble its way around and not have the composure to make that one stick. But definitely the low horsepower rally tyres has worked, even if I can't take that corner to save my life. That will screw me over. I can't afford to do that again. So, thank you for the sheep sound effect. Oh, I don't know what gear I want. My gearbox isn't nice for that section. The downside, of course, with this sort of vehicle, any loss of momentum is deadly. Any loss. So that brush on the wall costs me so much. A more powerful car wouldn't feel the effects as badly, but for me it is horrific, which is why I'm actually a little concerned about through here. I want to be a little wider, avoid the bush. Abaddon is also wanting to commentate. Buddy, you can cheer on the little Civic, okay? We've got one more lap to go around here. That was perilously close to the wall. Through all of that, the Renault's having a look. It's back to me fighting Chris again. This time around, though, it's Chris looking for a way past. And the next corner is where I have struggled. The Renault doesn't have the grip to hold that around the outside. Okay, so make sure we get it right through here. This time around, it nicely does it, and Chris has gone backwards and has Chris has missed a checkpoint trying to overtake on the final lap. For a second, I thought that was a spin related to the curb, or was it? No, it wasn't a disconnect. Chris is still in fifth. That's unlucky. The Renault was there; it was trying everything, but in trying to carry that little bit more speed than me. We've all done it. We've all done it. I know I've done it at that very corner. When you're following closely to a car you're trying to overtake, you get that little bit greedier, trying to make lap speed, and you just push it a bit too hard. And that is a shame. The Renault gave us a really, really good run there. That's way quicker than I thought it was going to be. I thought it might be good. Didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that from the Civic. Well, there we go. The Honda will claim victory. It looks like the camper just beats the Renault across the line. Yeah, the Renault gets fastest lap of the race. Interestingly, the other Renault, Longbo's Clio, wasn't that far down on me in terms of lap time, but we managed to carve our way to the front early and then vanish a little bit. Gliska not too far back either with that FailRace Z, and bear in mind that's on off-road race tyres, so that's looking to be strong on the dirt. Okay. A strong round again for my cars. We head to the River Scramble for our second race. Oh, we have quite a nice spot on the grid in this one. I mean, things to watch out for. The Polaris, the RZR, that is going to likely be quick. That's fairly light, got more power than the likes of my Civic, and has the off-road race tyres. The Fair Lady, wherever it's gone, I think. Yeah, behind us. That's also on the off-road race tyres. Not sure what else we might see on those. Whatever, there may well be some other things that are quick. Here comes that Polaris. It's a rocket off the line. It just launches way, way better than the Civic. We are going to have a threat from the Beetle as well here. Oh, 205 has got some speed in all of this. Beetle is not as good handling as the Civic, that's for sure. We will take that. There's a camper van behind us. The Polaris is going to visit a wall. Oh, I don't want to be here though. There's a water splash coming up, and I do not want to go through the deep part in the very small and very lightweight Honda, because it will kill all of the momentum. Now, I don't have as much grip as anything on off-road race tyres, which by the looks of the cars around us might be a lot, and we are going to be so slow down the straight. The good news is if we do lose out in straight line speed, we don't actually lose. We're not going to lose too much time fighting, maybe, because it might just go past us. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out what tyres the Peugeot are on. I think they're off-road race. Barry's run out of straight line speed, actually. We're now fighting back. It's side by side between the Civic and the camper van. We might not quite have the tyre compound, but we are much lighter than everything we're around, so that is a bonus for us, even if we're going to slide a lot through there. And we will be quick through this next section coming up. This is the bit that we will be faster than everyone around us on, which is a bonus, so we can hopefully repass Barry, and then we'll be back to being side by side by the time we get to the dirt later on. We'll do what we can here, and that'll put us back up to third. Here comes the Clio as well to try and have a look. We will, yes, see how all of that goes. We can carry so much speed through there. God, the Civic is nice to drive through that section. I mean, you can see it just takes so much more speed than the cars behind, but It's whether it's going to be enough, because there's only really sort of those corners where we make up time, and we lose a fair bit through this next couple of corners. This is where we're going to now end up losing out to the likes of the Polaris and whatever's on off-road race tyres behind us, the Clio by the looks of it, the Beetle perhaps, 205. The bus has fallen to the back of that train for the moment. Whether it's going to stay there or not, I don't know. Did I want fourth? I don't know if I did there. Maybe I should have just left it in third, climbing the hill. It's in an awkward place in the rev range for the Civic. Yeah, that did not work. I think third was the place to be with that. I guess we've learnt for future laps, and the Renault is just a little bit too fast at the moment. We'll carry some good speed into that corner though. We'll try to carry some good speed. Oh, now, will we be able to repass the Clio by the end of the tarmac section? That is the question. I mean, we will. I think we will pass it. I think we will get back past the Renault. But I think every time we go around, it's just going to be, it'll overtake us sort of sooner and sooner on the dirt. This next corner is where we are blindingly, well, not the next section here, no. This next bit is where we are blindingly fast, because we can just send this around the outside there. It is to the inside. Oh, okay, it's a little ambitious. We are very quick, but it's not quite quick enough to complete the pass on the Clio. The Renault is going to fight back. And we'll hold on to third, and that's bad. That's very bad news for me, because we've not been able to pass it in our strong part of the circuit. We're now coming up to what is the Clio's strongest part of the circuit. Although I say that, and the Clio makes a mistake, the Renault bumps the wall, and that is the invitation that I need. I will take that one, thank you very much. We'll use third on as much as we can over that crest. Yeah, that's a horrible point in the gear ratio. It's right between third and fourth. Well, Renault's going to fight back. That's okay. We expect that to happen. But we are closer than we were last lap around now because of that bump on the wall. So if we can be good down here, that would be... I'd say that would be good. That would be helpful. We can maybe get that pass done cleanly somewhere. I think we're always going to struggle to beat the Clio to the line. It's just better down this part of the lap. We're good on the tarmac, that section there, that transition, we're quick. We've already got one more lap. Could we find a way past? Longbow is going to be trying to defend. Longbow knows they've got to defend. If Longbow gets onto the dirt in front of us, unless there's a big mistake, Longbow will beat us. There's nothing I can do. Our best bet is going to come through this corner if we can do something clever. And absolutely send it to the inside. Oh, we can get to the door. It's a little bit cheeky, but the Clio's just good enough there. Yeah. We have to kind of send it. It's the only thing we've got, but the Clio is just too good at that section. My car is surprisingly more stable coming through the dirt, through the water there. Not what I was expecting. This time around, the Renault stays away from the wall. I don't think we've got, unless there's any big mistakes, don't think we've really got it. Yeah, we're right on the limiter, up that hill there. Damn, good race, really, really good race with the Renault. We've pulled well clear of the battle behind us in all of this. The Renault 4, though, has had a incredibly quick run around here, beating the Polaris, and considering that's on the same tyre as I am, that's some scary performance. I think my car is a little bit more consistent to drive than that Renault, but yeah, that was, I mean, it was lapping faster than me at the tarmac in that first race. A bit wobblier and more difficult to control from the looks, but damn, that is going to take a victory. It's a comfortable victory as well. The Polaris will take a second. We fought as hard as we could over third, but that was, yeah, never quite within reach. We will settle for fourth. It looks like the bus is going to end up in fifth. There was a good battle with the group of us for a little while there. It did get more spread out, though, towards the latter stages of that one. The FailRace struggled more around there than I expected. That just did not quite work. Yeah, we did not have the pace of the top three there. Curious about what side. Like, Clio is on off-road race. Okay, that makes sense. So that's what I was expecting it to be on. But yeah, the Renault did a wonderful job on those rally tyres. Well, there we go. That was a a little bit of some kind of lucky dip PI selection. We had a mid-ish C-Class, a lowish S1 class. I actually had two really good cars. The Civic, I mean, I expected the Civic to be good on the tarmac. I just thought it would be too underpowered, and I was wrong. 98 horsepower was all it needed. So yeah, that was actually quite impressive for the Civic. And the Ferrari was just a wonderful car to drive. A little too much understeer. It's only a smidge too much understeer from that car. But again, overall, very, very competitive. So yeah, I got the builds fairly right with these ones. That, though, is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.